Another
Yeah.
thing too, this gives me pause as well, man, is that like, or just not a pause, it's just a question, is that I know that when you go to sniper school in the military, or I've never been in the army one, but and the Marine Corps has that used to have the scout snipers as well. Is that when you get out past like 750, I think feet or yards or whatever, you have to start putting in the calculation for the drift and the drop. You have to start putting in the calculation of the curvature of the Earth. I don't like this is just things that just pop into my
Not
head,
the
bro.
it's not the curvature. What you're speaking about is the Coriolis effect.
Right? Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what
Correct.
this is, so one thing about the Coriolis effect that we need to understand is if that is true, if we have the bullet going, and now there's now the Earth is spinning, and we need to have Coriolis. How come we can't take a helicopter and fly it up in the air with 24 hours of fuel, and the Earth spins underneath it? How come that doesn't happen?
That's actually a good point, right? Yeah, that's a good point, man. So for people who never don't have a lot of
Like,
experience with firearms or shooting in the military, it's called the drift, which is the left and the right and the drop, right? When you're taking
yes,
when you're taking a shot at a certain distance,
yeah,
you have to
it's
calculate the drift and the drop. That's actually a good point, man. And the bullet is spinning, and it's called the
so.
Coriolis effect, right? Yeah.
So are they saying that the Earth is spinning underneath the bullet, and you have to account for that? That's what the Coriolis is supposedly
Yeah.
the effect.
Right.
So if that effect is true with an object flying through the sky, why is it not true for a plane, and
Right.
why is it not true for a helicopter? Because if a helicopter went up with 24 hours of fuel, then it should be, and if it stayed in the same spot, then the Earth should rotate underneath it, and then it should come back to that same point. You would never, and then if you're flying an airplane and the Earth is spinning underneath you, then you should be going one way, and you should be able to get there faster, and the other way, if you're chasing it, then you're never going to get there, or you'll probably get there as long as you're moving faster than 1,000 miles an hour. No,
Nah.
what happens
Yeah.
is the Earth is spinning with the plane, supposedly, and and that's what's supposedly happening. So you're landing on a runway. Earth is, they say that any. First of all, look at all the flight manuals. What does it say? Fly like you're flying on a non-rotating flat Earth. That's what it says. Fly
Right.
like it's non-rotating, fixed, immovable, like the Bible says. When you're, so I just want to say this: if you have to have Coriolis for a shooting bullet, then you need to have Coriolis for a flying airplane and a flying helicopter as well.
Oh man.
That's not. Why do you have that for a bullet but not have it for the helicopter and the airplane? That would be
Right.
my question back. And also, I've never been taught about Coriolis effect in the Army. I've never been taught that. And if you talk to a lot of snipers, someone will say that they don't adjust for that, that's not true.
No.
Some people will say that we do adjust for it. So I'm not saying that that we don't adjust for it, or they probably put it in the calculation, and I don't believe that it should affect the bullet because it doesn't affect the plane, it doesn't affect the helicopter. But any other questions?
No, no, but you're on. I had a jarhead tell me that they didn't start teaching the Coriolis effect until after 9/11. Sniper schools that it's not. Yeah, that's what he was telling me, right? It's because I guess when they
It's probably true because,
yeah
dude, I mean,
he's
that's when all the conspiracies started becoming really popular, and everybody
yeah
started studying crazy
yeah
stuff like
he
this.
was he
But
was
go ahead.
telling me that he was an old school scout sniper, and he was just saying that literally they would just tell you, man, like the whole math thing. They were like, no, you got it was more of a feel, right? I mean, so people who don't know, man, if you can follow basics instructions, man, they will teach you how to bullseye something at 400 in basic training, right? Like they'll teach you. It's not that hard once you become not.
400 meters.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
So people know
yeah,
400 meters is what we're talking about.
yeah. 400
We're talking about 400 meters.
meters.
So
Yeah,
if you take that's like that's far. That's like
yeah,
400 meters. You have to take that times 3.7 feet.
yeah,
That's how far away we're shooting.
yeah.
So okay, understand that. So that still is far, right? And if you believe in the globe and you're out and I'm on and you guys are listening to this podcast, dude, I'm not gonna judge people. You know what I mean? Like the
Right.
Bible could be a globe that's geocentric, okay? But I believe that the Bible is teaching flat, non-rotating. The Hebrew cosmology,
Yeah,
which is God's cosmology, is teaching what I was I'm telling you. But if you watch the movie The Principle, Dr. Singenis, he's a Christian or he's Catholic. But if you watch the movie The Principle, It's talking about the Earth being the center of our supposed, universe right now. They've never proved the Earth moving, certain scientific experiments that they've done. There's some out there that I have them written down. I don't have it on this is my biblical notes, but they tried to prove the movement of the Earth before already. Okay, it's already happened. It's Michelson-Morley is one of the experiments. The Sagnac. There's a bunch of different things that tried to prove the movement of the Earth, and what they got is they got a little drift, but they didn't get the 18.5 feet per second that they were trying to get.
Subscribe now and turn on the notifications to join us on this extraordinary journey into the unknown.